Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's Action Figure Showcase, we're going to take a look at all of the work-in-progress figures that I have going on. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I said, today I'm going to take a look at a bunch of the work-in-progress figures that I've got, and one of the things that had kind of gotten brought up was taking a look at the figures like as I piece them together. You'll have to excuse me. I have been I've been sick a little bit, kind of got a cough going on. I'm a little stuffy, but we are going to get through today. So anyway, I'm going to take a look, like I said, at some of the figures that I just have on my desk that I've pieced together, but I haven't gotten started on them. So these are going to be coming down the road on like Work in Progress Wednesday. I kind of figured I'd show you guys what I've got going on, and I've got more just besides this. So this might just be like part one. But then if you guys wanted to comment and let me know what you were most interested in, then I'll just like prioritize those for Work in Progress Wednesday. So there's some stuff even that I've finished that I'm obviously not going to go through today because I'm going to show you that on Work in Progress Wednesday. But just about everything here is just coming down the pipeline. So first thing I did want to look at was my great Muda. I thought about doing Work in Progress Wednesday with him, but there really wasn't a lot to do. I painted his boots, painted the sole of these white, I put some black tape on his wrists, and I painted the head sculpt. So this head sculpt is from Head Gimmicks. I took a Jeff Hardy hand and just acetoned off the paint, and that was about it. I painted the head sculpt. It's not even like sealed or anything yet, but I just didn't think there was enough there for Work in Progress Wednesday. So that's kind of how I just ended up throwing that together, and I wanted to get him on the channel one way or another. I've wanted to make Muda for quite some time. That'll go with my like NWA kind of shelf, but one that I like, they are SH Figuarts, I think, or Bandai. Someone's making a great Muda and it looks awesome. Like I just saw that last week as I was making my own, but I needed my own Mattel Elite version, so there's my Muda. Next up is ECW's Blue World Order. So we've got Big Stevie Cool, Hollywood Nova, and the Blue Meanie. And you'll know Blue Meanie, notice, Blue Meanie is missing his head because I was trying to take the sculpt off his peg, and the peg broke. So I do have the Blue Meanie sculpt. There, you can just see for a second. It won't, oh, it'll kind of stay on there. So gonna make the Blue World Order. I want to fill out that like OG ECW roster. So these three are a ridiculous group, but a funny group. Like Nova, I went back and watched a bunch of ECW pay-per-views, and I feel like Nova was just popping up everywhere, just doing random stuff. But obviously, like the BWO, there's all kinds of different NWO spin-offs and ECW. I mean, WCW, there was multiple spin-offs, but these guys I always thought were funny, and then they came to WWE, obviously, and I mean, they didn't really do anything, but they rode big wheels to the ring, and as a young, impressionable wrestling fan, I thought that was hysterical. So these guys are coming down the line. I need to figure out what I'm going to do with Blue Meanie as far as like sculpting shorts, or if I'm going to find some loose ones. I know that there's some cloth good ones. I know that what is it? Figures Toy Company. They made a Blue Meanie, and he has cloth goods, but I don't know if I'm going to purchase that, so I guess we'll just kind of see. But BWO is coming down the line. Next up is the Hooligans, Paul London and Brian Kendrick. I've wanted to make them for quite a while. I've had them pieced together even for a while, and for some reason or other, I just haven't gotten around to them, but really all they're missing now is the decals. So whenever I do get a chance, they're kind of high up on my list. I just thought they were really cool. They were a fun, high-flying tag team during the Ruthless Aggression era. I think they were the longest reigning SmackDown tag champs for, I mean, maybe they still are. We don't have those, well, the Usos probably. I guess they had those SmackDown belts. A little different, but anyway, the Hooligans, these two were always a lot of fun, and like the attire was always really cool, and I don't really know what has stopped me from just finishing these, but they've been sitting around, and I know there's a lot of Ruthless Aggression fans. I'm a huge Ruthless Aggression fan, obviously, but these guys are, you know, probably coming to a work in progress Wednesday near you soon. Next up here is a trio of Owen Hart figures. So you can see all pretty different as far as like parts and everything. Scale wise, I try to keep them as close as possible. Here, obviously, we've got Blue Blazer. Wanted to make that for a long time. This is a Federation head, but then these two are both House 14. But this one's going to be Blue Blazer, and I think it's going to be just his like normal blue singlet, like the royal blue, with his white logo. This one's obviously going to be the pink Owen, and that's the Bret Hart Ultimate Edition body. And then this one is going to be his like Black Hart singles run attire, where he has like the orange accents. So by themselves, not a ton of work, because like this one, we're just going to get rid of the design. This one, we're just going to paint black and like put some orange here. And this one's got to be painted blue, but three like iconic. I don't know. I feel like with Owen, every like different look he had stands out a lot, because he had like his black and orange that we're gonna make here. Obviously the pink attire is very iconic with just all of the Harts, not just Owen. The Blue Blazer was like a side quest for Owen, so like that sticks out to me at least. But then obviously he had like his black and pink, which I've done. He had his time in the Nation of Domination where he was wearing his black and yellow Danger attire, but it's really easy to pinpoint all those different Owen looks, and I want to keep adding those to my collection, so these three are going to be important for that. It's just a matter of getting around to it. Next up are a couple of TNA like legends legends here. We've got James Storm and Christopher Daniels. There was a small glimmer of hope, like the smallest. James Storm was in NXT for like a week or two. He just popped in there, had like one match, two matches maybe. Obviously he's in TNA, like he's been in TNA forever. I don't know if he's ever even left that, like maybe he's taken breaks, but he's been in TNA forever. I've always wanted to make a cowboy James Storm. I had the head here from the like one of their old Jack's Deluxe 2-packs, so it's a little oversized, but I think that with that torso it kind of works. And then Christopher Daniels, I don't know why we never got from Jazzwares. They immediately made Kazarian and Scorpio Sky, and Christopher Daniels was a part of the group and in AEW at the beginning, and we just never got him, which, I mean, I feel like Kazarian and Daniels go hand in hand, going back to TNA and like in ROH. Like, I don't know. I feel like Christopher Daniels is arguably the most popular of that trio, at least at the time. So I don't know. I don't know why we never got him, but I'm going to make him, I haven't really decided the attire, if I'm going to make a more classic TNA attire, or if I'm going to make like an an attire that fits better with the Jazzwares figures we got, so that I can put him alongside Kazarian and Scorpio Sky. But I wanted to go back, start making more of the like classic TNA roster. So these two are huge pieces of that. Next up, we've got a little mix here. So obviously we've got Juice Robinson, we've got MJF, and then in the middle we have Jacob Fatu, and his MLW figure is due to release, I believe. I don't know, like I keep seeing screenshots of it floating around on Instagram, social media, wherever, and that is a good looking figure. I don't know, I'll probably pick it up, we'll see. Once I start like painting my own that I have here, piecing everything together, I'll see, because I feel like this formula fits really well, and I really like the leg. Like, I don't know, I feel like it all just pieces together nicely, so really excited to get to that one. I am waiting on some other stuff. I'm not going to do just Jacob Fatu by himself for Work in Progress Wednesday. I have another figure I would like to include in that, so once I get those parts, I'll get my Fatu done. But the MJF here is going to be the attire to match with the Acclaimed. I think I haven't decided if I'm going to keep this formula. I really like the formula I did for my Iron Man match MJF with the like super ripped up Fandango torso. But I haven't decided, so that's why that one's kind of sitting there. And then Juice Robinson is another one. So I made the Juice Robinson from All In, and this one is going to be just his jeans attire that we also see him in. For that one, I'm waiting until I get pieces to make another Jay White. So once I have those Jay White pieces, I'll make them. And then the guns, I don't have anything. I don't have head sculpts or anything for them, but I want to make the whole Gun Club, Bullet Club Gold, and well, I guess I need to add the the Acclaimed as well. But excuse me, struggling. Anyway, there's 3 more. We've got a bunch here on the table still to get through. Let's get to them. So here we have, obviously, the full Undisputed Era. I'm going to be making these guys from War Games, where they wore the all-red matching attires. I have been piecing these together for a while now. Finally got all the decals and everything. So these guys, for sure, are going to be coming very soon. I love doing tag teams. I love doing, like, I can do this full stable with matching attires. I think they're going to look awesome. I got the Ghost White decals from Curb Stomp Decals. Let's see, like, Fish and O'Reilly are obviously just their own bodies, like their own figures that I'm going to be repainting. But pieced, I put the Roderick Strong and the Adam Cole together with kind of different parts than their normal elites. So those are a little bit different, but I think those are going to look awesome. So I can't wait to get to this whole set. The next 2 are a little bit different cut. I'm going to be making the Major Brothers. I'm going to be making Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder from their their time as a tag team. I wasn't really watching then. I think these guys, I don't know, was this after they were the Edge heads? I don't really know. I have a bunch of extra heads of these, I have a bunch of these heads because I got a ton of those Rated R Edge figures. So I figured, what the heck, we'll make them in their Major Brothers looks. I don't even really like I wasn't watching. I don't really care for this time period, but anyone I can add to the shelf, I'm going to. So gonna make him and his Kurt Hawkins in a like black and blue attire, I think, and then the Zack Ryder's gonna be in a purple attire. But these guys I've had pieced together forever, and just because they haven't been high on my priority list, I haven't gotten around to them. But I don't know. I think they're gonna look really cool. I think they're gonna be really fun to do. It's just a matter of when, really. Next up, some more guys to add to that original ECW roster. I'm gonna be making Nunzio. What was his little Guido? Is that his ECW name? It's completely slipping me right now. I'm gonna make Tony Mamaluke and then Jerry Lynn, and then I'm gonna make an ECW look of Juventud Guerrera, and that's gonna be like, it's just the head from his is it Legends of Lucha Libre line, I think. All 4 of these guys. Spam Wrestling did a really nice WWE version of the FBI, so that kind of motivated me a little bit. I'm gonna get the pieces for the the whole family. I'm gonna make everyone from ECW and WWE for the FBI, but got to start with 2 of the I don't know, at least for me, like more prominent names. So gonna be making Tony Mamaluke, Nunzio, Little Guido, and then Jerry Lynn is someone I like. We just don't have figures of him, and he was so ahead of his time with wrestling. Like some of his matches, him and AJ Styles, I think they were like the first TNA or Impact match, whatever they were calling themselves when they started, and their match was phenomenal, no pun intended. like Jerry Lynn, so many, like, you can YouTube Jerry Lynn and find some absolute bangers for matches. Like, he was awesome, like very ahead of his time. And then Juventud, I'm gonna make everything I can of him. It's just a matter of getting pieces and head sculpts and everything, but he was someone I always liked when I was younger, and for other reasons, we just haven't gotten figures of him. So 4 more ECW guys right here. Alrighty, just a few more to look at here, and we've got Rick Steiner, Scott Steiner, and then that is Vampiro. So the Vampiro, oh gosh, whose legs are those? I had it, and then it completely slipped my mind. I don't know, he's got some edge, lowers. The head scan is from Head Gimmicks. We are getting... Sorry, I'm struggling. We are getting a Vampiro figure in the Legends of Lucha Libre line. They're like deluxe line, and it looks fantastic. But I want to make one that's more like WCW kind of look. And then for Scott Steiner here, really all he needs is some decals. I had started a work in progress Wednesday video, and I didn't like how it was going, so I kind of started, I mean, like, I could have finished Scott, but I decided to just wait. We'll throw him in another video. And then Rick Steiner here, that's going to be his like varsity club kind of look, that early, I don't know, not even singles run because he was with Mike Rotunda, but when he was just in his light or dark blue singlet. Obviously, he's got like the older head skin with the curly hair and everything, which I don't know, we might get from Mattel, but I don't know how many more figures they're going to make of him after like the weird incident he had. But there's 3 more, and then we've got, yeah, so we've got WCW kind of represented with those 3. And then there is well, not a couple. I got 2 more I'd like to bust out. Okay, so we are almost about to wrap it up. Here we have the Headbangers, Mosh, and Thrasher? No. Mosh. I don't know what the deal is. Maybe it's because I have had a cold. That's what we're going to blame it on. I don't know why I can't remember some of these names. Anyway, we're going to be making both of the Headbangers. And these guys, I think I've talked about on the channel, allegedly signed a Legends deal. But we've seen nothing about them. Like, I don't know if there's been any merchandise with them. So I went ahead. I had already ordered these heads before we saw that we were supposed to be getting Legend stuff from them. So I have them. I'm going to make them. Just a really cool looking tag team. A really fun addition to my Attitude Era collection. But I'm going to get around to those guys probably sooner than later now, since we haven't really received any word. Maybe we'll get them in the Legends line, but the chances of me and Mattel making identical Headbanger figures, I think, is pretty slim. So gonna go ahead with these guys, get them added to the Attitude Era shelf while we're getting all these Attitude Era figures. Alright, last one we have to show off today is the suicidal, homicidal, genocidal Sabu, and this head scan from Head Sculpt from Headeration I think is beautiful. I made a Sabu using the Jack's head, but it's pretty oversized, and I don't know, the likeness is okay, but I think this one looks amazing, so I wanted to make another Sabu. I put a Hogan torso with some Seth Rollins arms on the T-bar legs, which I think the legs are fine. I don't know about the crotch piece. Obviously, he didn't wear, like, army pants. He wore the, like, flowy, like, yoga-looking pants. I don't even know what you'd call those, but I don't know. We might mod the crotch piece, might use something else, but Sabu is definitely one that's going to be made as I continue to add to ECW, WCW, all that. But the one I have one, it's just not up to the standard I would like. So again, excuse me for sounding rough. I'm sorry if you guys hung through the entire video. I appreciate it very much. If you want to go watch some more showcases where my lungs are working at full capacity, we have a full playlist of that on the channel. Outside of that, please continue to like, share, subscribe. I always appreciate it. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.